Hey guys, I hope you are all doing well. Also apologize for any background noise. I'm on a very busy street right now and I'm filming this shortly after New Year, so some fireworks may be going off. Also, happy 2026. I also want to preface this video by saying if you see me look over here a lot, it's because I have my notes. So today in this video, I want to talk a little bit about healing and about the type of pressures we kind of put on ourselves on the healing journey and the kind of misconceptions that we expect out of ourselves during our healing journey. One really big misconception that I think we apply to this sort of thing is that this journey is going to be, you know, a straight line, one that's consistent, one that's clear, and one that can clearly overcome each challenge in kind of like a progressive order with absolutely no setbacks. Or if you are dealing with these setbacks, if this journey is not consistent and it's not clear, that we're not actually healing and we're just regressing. I find that model to be really extreme and also really limiting, because no matter how much pressure society puts on us to be these machines, we're not. And we can't expect to operate perfectly all of the time. But true healing cannot be rushed. Giving yourself grace during these difficult times, during these healing journeys, is a really superior form of self-love. And what I mean by that is that it's kind of easier to love yourself when everything is going right, when you're happy, when you're successful. But I encourage you to ask yourself if you really truly love yourself enough to show up for yourself when everything's falling apart, when you're not quote unquote perfect. Do you still love yourself to the same degree? Are you nurturing yourself, and are you still seeing yourself as someone who's worthy of all the great things in life? I believe sometimes pain is kind of a lesson for ourselves, especially for testing our inner strength. I don't think that this is a really innovative perspective. I think a lot of people feel the same way. I'm emphasizing this here because sometimes this can be a message of, so with all of this pain that we're feeling, do you still love yourself? Even with your quote-unquote broken self, even with the self that had perhaps made some mistakes, do you love yourself enough to honor these feelings and to heal from them without pressure for perfection? On this kind of journey, there's going to be all kinds of days. Some days where you rot in bed, numb to everything. Some days are spent breaking down. Some days are spent fired up, motivated to become better at everything in life, visualizing your dream life and locking in. But the point is like, there are some good days, bad days, and everything in between. And I find that even the bad days are incredibly important and incredibly healing. They help us to pause, and when we're ready and strong enough to truly release what it is that's hurting us. I find that healing involves revisiting these old triggers from a new, wiser perspective, a new, stronger perspective each time. It's not regression to feel these things as long as you keep trying. It's just part of the journey. These kind of really intense days, they're quite natural, and I feel like they help us appreciate when we have better days, when we have lighter days, when things don't feel as heavy. We can appreciate those more since we've felt the more emotionally intense days. Since we can appreciate these lighter days, we can also notice improvements. I find that in my own journey especially, improvements come in smaller, almost unnoticeable moments rather than huge drastic breakthroughs. I think that that's something to really keep in mind on the healing journey. It's more often than not going to be kind of smaller things that you're dealing with better than you did maybe weeks, months, or years before. It's not like you're gonna have a moment where you say to yourself, I'm healed. That doesn't really happen. I think it's more about how you go about your routine. And if you are able to smile and laugh, even in my own life, I will find that any day that I'm not breaking down is a good day. And I give myself grace on the days that I do break down, because I'm human. I'm not gonna be perfect. So it's really important to honor your feelings and to honor this journey rather than the destination of being healed. And I'm saying that to say that emotions are imperfect, and it's important to honor your own feelings and your own healing timeline, and say to yourself, like, I'm healing at my own pace, and it's okay if no one else understands. That perspective will take you a lot further than being self-critical and striving for perfection. Sometimes all we can do is wait, which I know can be incredibly frustrating, but I think it's important to understand it and believe that one day things won't hurt so much. It won't hurt so badly, and you have to kind of surrender to this process of healing if you want to feel better. Sit in that discomfort, sit in that pain, but don't give up. There are moments where words cannot describe our feelings on this journey or certain phases of our journey, and only after time has passed can we describe it accurately. I think that there's immense power in giving yourself that patience. I think that patience is proof that you believe in yourself, even if things are broken. So I wanted to close off this video by telling you guys that you should reject the notion that healing is some kind of race. Reject the idea that setbacks are a sign of failure, and give yourself the grace and patience that you would give to another person in your situation. Please remember, you are worth the time that it takes to heal, and you are strong enough to do so. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this video to be helpful, and I always appreciate any support. Bye.